KT roster Zest versus SK Telecom T1 Su. Fight!
We're going to have to crowd surf to get to the bathroom on breaks, man.
Crowd surf? I just pee in the bucket over there.
In that latrine that we have up here.
It needs to be emptied soon. Can you bring it with you and crowd surf to the bathroom?
I'll get it down the spiral staircase we have to use to get up and down here. Zest is the best.
Zest rhymes with best, that's for sure.
The guy's a poet, and he wasn't even totally and fully aware of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Now we have the Forge.
He's a poet on a quest. Because his name is Zest.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Better than the rest. Sometimes
make a nest.
When he gets nervous, he has heart palpitations in his chest. Well, the Zerg is interested in getting
his favorite word that can't end a sentence is last.
Last.
I guess I can end a sentence. I just did it.
Yeah.
That was pretty magical. We got popcorn down here today, by the way, guys. So if you didn't come.
If you didn't come and you forgot to eat food,
yeah,
come down here and get our popcorn.
Could end soon. Who knows?
Are you a popcorn guy?
I do like popcorn, but I don't eat it too often.
You have like microwavable popcorn in your house?
Sometimes. I mean,
every house should have microwavable
if I remember
popcorn.
to buy some.
Yeah.
Thing is, sometimes I'll buy something that go in my cupboard and then it goes bad before I use it.
Did your grandma? I'm just gonna ask because your grandma, because it's like what grandmas do. When it was holiday time, did she ever get like that bucket of like 3 different kinds of popcorn?
Always, every year.
And there was like the butter one.
Caramel.
Then there was caramel and like
something else.
Like Satan's treats or just like dog food or whatever it was. Like you just couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
The caramel ones were nasty. Who eats caramel popcorn?
I think it's okay.
Oh, what's the other one called? Is that the?
I just like regular popcorn though.
Yeah. A movie theater popcorn, man.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
That's the best.
It's tasty.
So we have this. Well, we have 2 hatcheries on the way. And, yeah, this is a game of greed early on.
Not as greedy as, like, for instance, the Heavy Rain game?
No, that was probably our most greedy game we're going to have here today.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to make a greedier game. I guess if we did have a greedier game, it would be an Ultrazine, and would probably only be greedier by the Protoss, because I don't think there's even a way to be greedier as Zerg, unless you're cats and you want to go 4 hatches before your pool. And I doubt that's something Sue really wants to do. Sue would rather win the GSL.
Than be like cats.
Well, you know.
We're waiting to see what the tech is at the Stargate. Very textbook.
No surprise there.
No surprise there. Probably get some Phoenixes out here.
Well, we're just kind of waiting to see where these guys are going to go to. It's, you know, I didn't think it was going to be 2-2 after the first couple games.
I didn't think so.
Damn, this is going to be very
especially the way that the last game started up, with the Roaches getting in there and killing off all those probes, and Zest just barely winning. I mean, think about this. If Zest wins this entire series, that last game is going to haunt Sue.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, that's actually
even if Zest
nightmarish
wins 2-0 from here, even then, you have to wonder what kind of mindset would he have been in if Sue could have taken that game.
Well, everybody's had that game, and it's at every level. It's not even just at the highest levels, where you're playing against somebody, you know you've won, but whether it's you slacked off or you just engaged too much, or you almost entered a mindset where you thought the game was really done and you
stopped
couldn't lose.
trying.
Yeah, you stopped trying.
Well, it's not that he stopped
thing.
trying. I think it's... I don't think it's that he stopped trying. I think it's more... And I know what you mean because I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was he was probably overthinking it a little bit, and he was saying, I can kill him, or I need to kill him, one or the other.
Especially due to the way that map is shaped.
Turns out not to be the case, but oh well, it's a new game for Sue. We'll see what he can do this time. He's scouting that there are, in fact, a lot of Phoenixes being chrono boosted, rather. Good information to have, of course. I don't think he saw the Robo, though, for sure. important thing to know about them.
It's going to be lights out for the Zerg, with the exception of the Zerglings that are out here, although the Phoenixes may end up picking those up too. Now, sometimes on this map, okay, here we go, Warp Prism. I was going to say there are special little attacks you can do early on this map because of the way the main is just very accessible from a lot of different locations. So he may actually load that up with a few sentries and zealots and try to do something to control the ramp. We have seen some drops, elsewhere that have been effective, but usually the main is the way to go. Yeah,
it's definitely it's an older build, and we've already seen him kind of bring back some older ideas and strats. Now, he is bringing the Zealots. Now, this is actually, you know what this is, Tasteless? This is an old Daybreak build. Or very, very similar to an old Daybreak build where you clear the way, you bring in your Warp Prism from a funny angle to the third, you warp in one more round of Zealots, you walk in with 8 out of nowhere. But with 10 Hydras on the way, I don't know if that's going to work.
Okay, I really didn't expect this attack just like this, but let's see how effective this is actually going to be. The Hydras are not just yet out. Now, what he wants to do here is target down that hatch. If he can get that hatchery, as well as a few additional drones,
oh man, all the Hydras up there. All the Hydras really far away right now. He's starting to go after some drones as well, keeping some of them. Okay, these Phoenixes actually need to help out against these Hydras.
Now he's attacking those drones. This is a little bit greedy here. He's hitting the drones before going back and getting that hatchery. And you know what? This should work.
It's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close here. And actually, he doesn't have the service area he needs. Oh, man.
He needed to get that hatchery. Yes, he got some drones. That certainly helps, but he needed to get that hatchery. He was just a little bit too greedy. I mean, when you're a pro, you're so good at eking out the absolute optimum amount of damage. But occasionally, you're trying to eke out that optimum amount that if you don't do it perfectly, it puts you in a deficit. Now, he's got 4 Stalkers. He might try to come in here and snipe the hatch. I believe was the hatch like what, like 100 health or something?
Very low.
It was low.
I'm not sure exactly what hit points it's at, but it's so low. You know what? I think what happened here, Tasteless, he didn't expect that many Hydras to come out, nor should he have. That actually would have surprised me as well. I think I would have done the same turnaround on the drones. I think I would have done the same, like, re-click on the hatch, and then so many Hydras came up, it got out of control. That's a rough one for him. But again, he did kill a lot of drones, as you say.
Yeah. In fact, the Zerg just barely now in a worker lead. Oh, got to be careful with that.
Yeah, he's lost
maybe drawing some Hydras down here. I mean, I don't know what's actually at that third base now. Now, also, mind you, if he does poke in here with an attack, I mean, that's just a few volleys from, Colossus or Stalkers to kill that hatch as well.
Yeah, he's actually, he's got that Warp Prism with the 4 Stalkers in it to try to snipe if he gets attacked. Because, this would be an okay attack timing to go hit him, right? He doesn't quite have a big Colossus count. He's trying to take a third. He just lost a lot of Zealots. His Phoenixes haven't done that much. I mean, you could theoretically go over there and deal some damage, but if he tries that, this is what happens. The Stalkers come in and he sees what he can get done.
I don't know if this is going to be enough damage. It is!
A good move. This was all triggered because he saw those Hydras right there with his Phoenixes.
Frustrating moment there for Sue, as things are kind of going his way for a little bit here. Despite not being prepared for that attack, he did manage to keep the hatchery for a while, which allowed him to keep that income coming. Now there's an attack over here on Zest's third, and actually Zest may be ill-equipped to handle this. Remember, he lost a lot of Zealots in that attack. He just lost those 4 Stalkers.
Yeah.
There's really not much actually back at home right now for Zest.
Well, right now he's trying to flank Zest, but Zest is being really smart and walking towards one piece of the army, so he doesn't get flanked so quickly.
Just took out the Mothership Core, by the way.
Oh, very nice kill then there. And you know what? He doesn't have a lot of beef here, but with 3 Colossus with range can kill a lot. And look at that, picks up a lot of these Hydras. Thing is, those things are going to fall pretty soon here. One of the Colossus goes down, another 2 do fall. And that is going to be that. You are not coming back this time. I mean, that is 3 dead Colossus.
You can't take a third like that after doing, the timing attacks like that. Normally what you want to do, you want to get your army out there and take out that hatchery and then regroup with another timing attack and hit him hard again.
He was just a little bit short on the beef he needed to keep the Colossus alive. Because, obviously Colossus Tech going to do very well against Hydra Ling overall. But especially with these new Hydras, with the fact that he had lost like 12 Zealots and a Warp Prism, it's kind of crazy.
From here, it's, I mean, there's just really not a way that Zest should recover from here. I know that we saw that wild game last game, and that was a very rare game, especially for a GSL finals. But from here, yeah, Zest knows better to bring it on to the next game.
Yeah.
That will put Sue up 3-2.
That's match point.
That's match point, man.
He just needs one more win, and he is a GSL champion.
Everything is on the line here. Good handling there by Sue. He identified, okay, my opponent sacked a lot of units to get rid of this hatchery, especially when he saw that Warp Prism and the four Stalkers come down there.
Yeah,
He said, no, there's no way he's going to be able to hold a third base.
It's true, too, right? That's 12 Zealots. Wait, did he lose the first Warp Prism? No, that was
no,
the same
he did
Warp
not
Prism.
lose the first
12 Zealots, a Warp Prism, 4 Stalkers, and 2 Sentries died to kill 17 drones and eventually a hatchery. So he didn't have the beef he needed to stop that counterattack.
Had that hatchery died in the first attack with the Zealots,
things would have been different.
The game would have been very different,
Yes.
because really you had Zest going in 2 different directions, right? He's focusing everything on killing this hatchery. At the same time, he's expanding. And this is a map where you have 2 locations from ground that you have to defend, your second and your third. So from there, even though Sue's economy was hurt pretty badly, it wasn't hard for Sue to just take the rest of the units he already had that were pretty much there to defend and then just attack with them.
Exactly, and it's kind of like the same fundamental thing that happened, even though it wasn't the same decision-making process from Zest. It was smart of Zest to do what he did there, because he didn't kill the hatch, he needed to somehow get it, and by taking a third, he kind of forces Zerg out of position and allows himself to kill it. It didn't even really work out like that, but the idea was there, the idea was smart. It's just when he sacrificed so much army to kill economy, and then Sue attacks right then, of course Sue has a giant army lead and can kill him.
Yeah, nicely done there by Sue. We're going to go to a short break. Excuse me. We're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, we're going to go on to our final 1 or 2 games, depending on how it goes. So don't go anywhere.